Good evening and welcome to the Ripon channel. We're glad to have you along here tonight, and it is high school football here this evening. And we are in Wautoma, Wisconsin, here at the Schultz Field, and we welcome you to our broadcast. It is another South Central Conference game tonight. The Ripon Tigers on the road taking on the Wautoma Hornets. The Tigers, if you follow along, 4-3 overall, 3-2 in the South Central Conference. Last week, Ripon defeated Nakusa 55-28. And for the Hornets, overall, they are 2-5, 2-3 in the South Central Conference. Last week, the Hornets lost to Adams Friendship by a score of 24-17. It was a big week last week for the Tigers. Homecoming, big victory, and we can always talk about Eric Cumber, who had another big night. 45 carries, 399 yards, still leads the state in scoring with 1,956 yards. Nathan Hansen had a touchdown pass. Freshman Carter Bell ran for 69 yards and a touchdown. And Will Dragalovich, a freshman, had 4 tackles. Levi Thompson the same, couple of interceptions. Travis Cumber, Vincent Mink. So it was a big victory, homecoming, for Ripon last week. With Marty Ernzer, I am merely Lynn Krause, and we're glad to have you along here tonight from Wautoma. It's another homecoming, and Marty, third week in a row that we've had homecoming festivities.
I just love homecoming. You know, first of all, if you get a chance to get to the parade, you can really line your pockets with a lot of sugar.
Right?
A lot of candy. That's always fun. But seriously, this is our third homecoming in a row. I think it's kind of fun. They're even going to have fireworks
after the game.
At the conclusion of this game tonight. So Wautoma is really stepping up their game in a big way. I'm looking forward to this game. We on the drive over here tonight, you said it yourself that I think we're looking at a very good opponent here tonight, that if Ripon doesn't bring their best effort, they may not get the desired result.
Yeah, it's one of those sneaky type of games, on the road, homecoming, and Ripon has to be wide awake. One thing I noticed before the game is Wautoma was warming up for quite a while before the Tigers went onto the field. So whether there was a little extra lecturing going on in the locker room, I don't know. But nonetheless, it's going to be a beautiful night here for football. It's 61 degrees. The winds are out of the northwest at about 5, 6, 7 miles per hour. Marty, this Ripon Tiger team, 2 games remaining, and we go way back when the season started, the loss to Laconia. They defeated Clintonville, a down team. You know, just when do you think that these Tigers all of a sudden got it in there that, we've got something going on here, and if we work hard enough, we've got a playoff berth there in the distance. Can we get there? When did they finally realize that?
Hey, this is strictly, I kind of mentioned this to you. I was having some time just going over my notes this week and looking at what we've accomplished so far as a Ripon High School team, and then what's ahead of us. And I really feel that even though they got their first win of the year after coming off that inaugural contest at Laconia with a loss, beating Clintonville handedly, I really thought it was week 4, Wisconsin Dells. Ripon was coming off of a loss to Waupun, and now they're playing a team that's taken them to the woodshed 2 years in a row, the Chiefs of Wisconsin Dells. But it was a back-and-forth kind of game. It was a 42-34 final against the Dells, back and forth. And if Ripon doesn't win that game, they go to 1-3. That game gives them a 2-2 treading water with a 500 record. And I think it provided confidence going into the best team in the conference, Berlin, the following week. And I would just simply say, yeah, Berlin scored over 50 points on us. But you know what? We've talked about this before. Ripon kept getting up off the carpet, ran for over 200 yards and 4 touchdowns. And no other team, with the exception of the first game of the year for the Indians when they lost by 41-40, had anybody put 4 touchdowns on that Berlin defense. points, and that includes basically, I think they were beauty points at the end of the game last week against Waupun. That includes Waupun.
Yeah.
They got some points at the end, but it was like, what?
It was 48-6 at halftime.
Well, there you go.
And it ended
the game
up
was over.
60-24.
Yeah, the game was over. So I think that spelled a lot. So to me, it was about Wisconsin Dells beating them, going back and forth on the scoreboard, and coming out on top. And then from there, I think they played some pretty consistent football, and they got to continue to do so.
Now, as we kind of go through the season with 2 games left, as mentioned, there is a possible playoff berth down the road, but you got 2 games yet to play. Are these Tigers, are they focused? What are you thinking?
Well, that's an interesting comment you just made. You and I have the leisure and the luxury, if you will, to sit up here and evaluate nothing more than, my opinion, your opinion, the guy sitting or the lady sitting below us in the stands, doesn't matter. Those guys don't have that luxury. Those guys out on the gridiron, they're thinking about it. Maybe with their buddies they talk about it. But if there's ever a time when a coaching staff says 1 game at a time, 1 play at a time, this is it. They are not in a position, Ripon. They haven't been in a position thinking about playoffs for years, a number of years, and they don't have that luxury to say, well, you know what? I think we can start thinking about who would we like to play in the first round of the. No, we have to take on this former conference foe, the Wautoma Hornets, who has some wins under their belt, mind you. Yeah.
And not only that, Marty, but last season, if you remember, it was game number 9 in Ripon.
Yeah.
And Wautoma came to Ingalls Field and defeated the Tigers 48-34.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So this Wautoma team with homecoming, you know, they've got a lot of freshmen on the roster, as we've kind of seen here with among other teams. But again, this is another team that is trying to build a program. And a win here today against the Tigers would really give them a feather in their cap as they head towards the end of the season.
Hey, this Wautoma team is 2-3 in conference, and they lost a close one earlier in the year. So this very well could be a 500 ball club. So I had a chance to talk to Coach tonight.
And you know what? Let's listen to that interview right now.
Well, it's football Friday night under the lights again. This time, we're taking on the Hornets of Wautoma. This is Ripon Tiger football. The head coach, Andrew Selgrad, like always, takes the time to join me to let the fans know what, thinking about the homecoming game a week ago, Coach, and what we can expect to look at this Wautoma Hornet team tonight. Let's go back to the fun time we know for sure, homecoming a week ago. Talk to me about that.
Great atmosphere, great night. You know, we played well on both sides of the ball, and couldn't be more proud of the way we executed.
Something that stood out in my mind reflecting back on that game, when we were playing the Dells, it was a back and forth kind of game. When we were playing Berlin, we kept getting up off the mat, coming back, and scored 4 touchdowns.
Yep.
The Nakusa team reminded me of like what we were against Berlin.
Yep.
We thought maybe we got the knockout punch on them this time, and you said in our discussion, they're feisty.
Absolutely, and they were exactly what I thought they were. I mean, they're well coached. They're a young team. They're going to be a good football team in the future, and people got to look out for them. So my hat's off to them and the coaching staff there. They're doing a great job. And, you know, it was a fun football game, but, man, they brought it. You know, they're a physical football team.
You guys earned it.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't see that big breakaway by number 4 like we're getting spoiled every so often. They made us earn every yard. You had that feeling about them.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, that was the kind of night it was going to be. You know, they got a lot of pride in what they do, and similar to what Wautoma is, you know. So another team, similar boat, and I expect the same.
Talk to me about Wautoma. Defensively, they run a base defense?
Yeah, they're basically, they switch between a 4 front and a 5 front, so a little bit even odd there, but for the most part, they stick in their 4, and, you know, if they feel like they need to stop something, they'll throw the 5 in.
So that tells me I'm going to look for a 5-man front tonight to try to take away your running game.
Probably.
Yeah, and you'll have the counterpunch, I'm sure.
Yep.
Offensively, what do the Hornets like to do?
They like to get the ball to a lot of different people. You know, they're about 60-40 run pass, so a little bit more balance of an offense as opposed to like Nakusa, who's a little bit more run heavy. But they throw the ball well. They've got very quick receivers with good hands, and they got some dynamic running backs. Absolutely.
Coach, a few weeks ago on the road at Boston, we won, of course, and that was a homecoming. Last week we, of course, had our homecoming, and that went well for us. We just talked about that over the paper makers. Well, we have Wautoma homecoming tonight. There's a theme here, Coach.
Yeah, I can't get away from it.
There's a lot of people coming home these last 3 games. So does that have? I think I just make light of that.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny how 3 homecoming games in a row.
Yeah. It's for us, it's just another game.
Yeah.
For them, it's very important, and they're going to play motivated. And we got to keep that in mind as we're playing tonight. We can't just kind of hang back and feel them out. We got to attack right away. So they're going to be motivated. They don't want to. Nobody wants to lose a homecoming game. So they're going to give us their best effort, obviously, and it's going to be a tough game.
I thought Hansen had one of his better games last week. I just think his maturation. Is like wow. I mean. Last year, from where he played those first games as a quarterback and where he is now, he has come a long way and doing it in fine fashion.
Yeah, I mean, even since week 1, you can see the maturation over these weeks, and I can't say more than I'm so proud of him. He's the quarterback we were hoping he would be, and he's getting better every day. His decision making's excellent, and he's a leader. And that's what I'm really proud of. He's a leader.
Great. I am so much looking forward to this one again. Hopefully we can get 3 homecoming wins in a row.
That'd be good.
Meanwhile, we're Road Warriors tonight, and we'll be Road Warriors next week to round out the final regular season.
Absolutely.
Best of luck to you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hey, we're going to be back for the...
All right, welcome back to Wautoma High School, the Lyle Schultz Athletic Complex. We want to thank head coach Andrew Selgrad for taking the time out to do a pregame interview with Marty. We certainly appreciate it. We have already had the national anthem here before the game here this evening. And when the song says Rockets Red Glare, Marty, they meant it here. Wow.
Yeah, they did. I'm telling you, I've heard howitzers before. That was,
man.
I mean, it's like, hey, don't mess with Wautoma. Don't make them angry, folks. They have their own military, it appears.
That was quite
their
loud,
own
but
army.
nonetheless. So again, we are glad to have you here on youtube.com/Ripon channel here tonight for the football game. The Wautoma Hornets will be receiving the kickoff. Nathan Hansen is about set to kick the ball off to Wautoma. So the Hornets will have the first opportunity on offense. Hansen will be putting the ball at the 40-yard line at the far right hash mark, which is nearest to us here tonight. And Wautoma will be heading from right to left on your screen and radio dial. 2 players back for the Hornets to receive. And we're a couple of minutes early, but here we go. It's the kickoff. Going to hit about the 15. It's going to go beyond and just picked up at the 5 out there. And that's going to be Skylar Royston. And Royston will get out not even to the 20 before he is down.
Yeah, the young man hesitated a bit. He had an in-between kick, and footballs do what footballs will do sometimes when they hit the ground. So,
well, the quarterback is number 4, Peyton Pika. He's a junior, 6'2", about 170 pounds. So he will have the first opportunity here tonight for the Hornets. And again, the ball is going to be about on the 18-yard line, far right hash, and it will be first down and 10. It's an I formation for the Hornets. Here's the handoff to the tailback. Braden Denzitsky doesn't let him go very far.
No, he didn't.
And he maybe gets a couple of yards.
And he got some help from that right tackle at the legs. Nice job.
The ball carrier there is number 33, Mason Debricevic, a junior, 5'9", 165 pounds.
I dare say with that last name, Debricevic, you had no choice other than to play some football.
Right?
Yeah, I love that.
So it's going to be a gain of about 1, we'll call it. 2nd down and 9 for the Hornets. Pika under center, this time only 1 back. And it's a pitch to him to the outside, trying to get the corner, but good defense out there by the Tigers. Skylar Royston, the ball carrier, and I think that was 17, Will Dragalovic, who made the tackle.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that underclassman, Dragalovic, did a nice job. Just a freshman.
He did a nice job. He kept the player inside, and it was a big tackle for loss of about 3 yards.
Back-to-back tackles for loss.
Good job by Will Dragalovic. So now it's 3rd down and about 13. That play loses 4.
There was a little misdirection on that play. You had your up back going to the right, a pulling guard going to the right, and then you snuck out the left side, but the Ripon defense didn't get tricked on that one.
So now Pika trying to go to the right and got faked out. But it's a nice pass and catch by Wautoma midfield into Ripon territory is the receiver, Elijah Gracer.
I'll tell you, beautiful pass, nice concentration. He beat the defensive back on a crossing, deep crossing pattern. And he threw a strike, Pika. Nice job.
He did, and it's going to be about a 48-yard pickup into Ripon territory to the 43-yard line, right hash. 1st down and 10.
Wow.
That Ripon defender was just inches away from knocking it away, but it got through. And it's a big 1st down for the Fighting Hornets. All right, here's a pitch now to the left side. Beats
nice.
Dudinsky out there, but not much gaining, but a good 6-7 yards to the 35-yard line of Ripon was the tailback.
Ryland Marks, the junior. That's their best run so far here early on in their first drive of the game. That's huge to get that kind of yards on the ground after Ripon just dominated those first 2 plays. And then for them to come back and now run the ball like that.
Gain of 8, 3rd down, check that, 2nd down 2 from the Ripon 34-yard line. Pika hands it off to the running back. A little dance, but not going anywhere because John Moreno Valdez makes the stop for Ripon.
Boy, he's really coming on these last 3 games. We're saying his name a lot. And a lot of time it's not just a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Sometimes they're tackles for losses.
It's no gain, so 3rd down 2. Again, the ball remains at the left hash, 34-yard line for Wautoma.
All right, last 3rd down was long, and they completed that nice pass. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short. Can the Ripon defense be stubborn here on short yardage?
Pika under center. Royston right up the middle. He's got the 1st down, and I'm sure they'll give him forward progress.
Well, here's the deal. But here's why I would question that, because he didn't get thrown back. He fought against that, and when you give ground to get ground, you lose that. But the refs agree with you, but I'm telling you right now, he kept fighting and gave yardage. And the only way that would bail him out is if they blew the whistle there, and they didn't.
Gain of 2 to the 32, and that's enough for a Hornets 1st down.
If the running back with the ball gives ground to get ground, and he loses that forward progress.
All right, here's a quick counter play. Not going very far. Marshall Woyak was the ball carrier, and he was brought down quickly by the Tigers.
The whole key for the Ripon defense on this type of offense with a lot of misdirection and counters, you have to stay home. If you go on if you just try to hunt the ball, you're in trouble. You better read your guard. If he pulls, go with him. Otherwise, you stay home. There's a good chance the ball might come back your direction.
Logan Boehm made the tackle that time for the Tigers. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Here goes a handoff here to Royston.
Fumble.
And the ball was loose, and it is a fumble. Recovered by Ripon, Braden Dudzinski.
22.
And the Tigers force a turnover on the Skylar Royston fumble. And it's big news for Ripon. They get their 1st possession.
Nice job by that defense after giving up nearly half of a football field on 3rd and long. They were able to collect themselves defensively, not only stop them, but get the ball for their offense. That's just huge. Braden Jasinski, I'm reminded by what he was able to do in that game against Waupun at Waupun, where he not only tackled a quarterback as big as he is, forced the fumble, and then had the wherefore-all, the presence of mind to recover the ball.
From their own 26, 1st and 10, Hansen to Cumber. He goes forward across the 30-yard line to about the 31. Probably a gain of 5 on the play. The tackle made by Elijah Gracer of Wautoma.
That's an excellent 1st and 10 achievement of 5 yards there. You talk about student body going north. Let's go with them and see where that O-line for the Tigers can take me. Great job. If there's ever a person, certainly in this conference, that's a marked man, you know it's number 4 for Ripon.
We'll call it 5, 2nd down 5. Hansen awaits the snap. He is in the shotgun again. And here we go. Cumber to the left side. He's got room. 35, 40. Down he goes, but it is a Ripon Tigers first down.
So the play starts, first play, right up the A gap for a solid 5 yards on 1st and 10. And then Coach Selgrad doesn't wait. He goes wide with his star running back. Now he has a defense that's going against his offense that's going, we can't just think that we're going to just jam up all the gaps up here in front because he goes wide as well. They got to play defense straight up. 5-man front, by the way, by the defense.
Gain of 9 from the 40. Cumber again up the middle, cuts to the outside. And he gets a tough 2 yards before he's driven down there by Elijah Grazer, number 30, a 6'3", 180-pound senior.
Nice job by that Wautoma defense on the left side, not letting him get outside and standing him up. Anytime you hold him to just about a 2 to 3 yard gain, you've done a good job defensively doing that, holding up Eric Cumber.
We'll call it a gain of 3 to the 43. 2nd down and 7.
Look for him to keep this on the ground.
Hansen gets the ball to Cumber, and he gets some room across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and about 3.
Big play so far. This will be our biggest play on this drive. Ripon's first offensive possession coming off of that turnover created by the Ripon defense on the fumble recovery. This will be the first big play for the Tigers, their first test. 3rd and about, call it a short 4 or a long 3. Here we go.
From the 47, the fullback, Connor Shardukian on the right side. Here's Cumber. Oh, he got hit in the backfield.
Part of that play was a high snap. It threw the timing of the play off. It was a high snap. The quarterback had to take a little bit longer to gather the ball. Barely got the handoff to Cumber. Good penetration on that. It looked like a run blitz by the Hornets. And now it's 4th and the loss of a yard.
And it will be 4th down from the 41. And Ripon is electing to punt here.
Good move.
2 players back to receive this punt. And first off, we've got Ripon timeout. An early timeout for the Tigers with 4 minutes, 54 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Tonight's games, we have Adams Friendship at Berlin. If you're going to Berlin, I tell you, I don't know if it's good enough just to hide Grandma and the goldfish. You might have every living creature in your house, you might have to put them into the cellar. Waupun is at Mauston. Waupun should take care of business. I think Ripon at Wautoma is tonight's game here is a good matchup, and the other one is Wisconsin Dells at Nakusa. I think you got 2 pesky teams, 2 young teams going at it. Don't be surprised if Nakusa hangs with the Dells.
We have Marshall Woyak and Skylar Royston back to receive this Ripon punt. It's a nice punt. It's going to be Royston at the 22 to the outside.
Nice tackle.
And it's a nice tackle out there by the Tigers. And it's Logan Boehm once again for Ripon. So nothing really on the return. And this will be the second opportunity for the Hornets on their own 21-yard line. And we'll see what this Ripon defense can do second time around.
Logan Bain, great coverage. And you got him around the ankles, lassoed him. And just a sophomore. There's an instinctive kid that plays with a high energy.
So 1st and 10 for the Fighting Hornets. Again, their quarterback, Peyton Pika, just a junior. We've got an I formation. Pika out of the shotgun. And this is a handoff to the running back. He was double teamed. Braden Dudzinski was one of them in there. And I think, was it Levi Thompson the other?
Yeah, and I've noticed even last week's game, there was a lot of run blitzing by the Ripon defense, meaning they don't care if it's 1st and 10 or 2nd and 2. A lot of times, particularly, you'll see it with 24, Levi Thompson. You'll see him just 2-point stance above that A gap, and he'll go either way, it looks like, either side of the center guard, and try to get penetration and create havoc in that backfield of the opposition.
Tackle for loss, Marty. So it's 2nd down, 12. Back to pass. Quick screen out to the left side. Woyak made the catch. He has some room out there. He's going to cross the 30, and it's going to be very close to a Wautoma 1st down.
I think he has it. I'll tell you, he put 2 good jukes on. He's quick, number 1. A real quick kid.
Way out now to the 33. That's a gain of 14 on the play, and it is a Hornets 1st down.
5'7", 125 pounds. Well, he makes up for it because he is a gnat. And he put 2 juke moves on the defensive guys in open space, and they came up with air.
1st and 10 for Wautoma. Pika now under center. Triple backfield for Wautoma. Here's the pitch. Woyak again, right side. He cuts up in the middle.
Wow.
He's going to cross the 35, get a couple of yards to the 36 before he's down, maybe the 37.
Ran 8 yards, got about 3.
They're just going to call it the 36, but it's going to be a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7 coming up for Wautoma.
So, like I said last series before they fumbled, Ripon defense was doing a good job, I think, of just, you talked about responsibility. If you go chasing and vacate your defensive end or tackle position and they come back with a counter, you're making a big mistake if you're the Ripon defense. You've got to stay home.
Here's the handoff now over to the right side. Set some room out there. Crossing the 40-yard line is Michael Dobricevic. And he's close to a 1st down, probably a yard short, though, at the 43.
Yeah, you got a gang tackle here because they had him for a marginal gain.
Oh, wow. It is a 1st down at the 43. I thought he was about a yard short, but apparently not.
They flung him down, and he went forward for another 3 yards, and that's the difference between 3rd and short and 1st and 10. So they got something going here, the Hornets.
They've had a few 1st downs on that first drive before the fumble.
Ripon's in a game here. No score here in the 1st quarter.
1st down, 10. Pika hands the ball off and caught in the backfield is Skylar Royston. He was going nowhere, and we had a host of Tigers out there. And Brodzinski, Thompson, and also John Moreno Valdez. And that's a loss of 3 to the 40, 2nd down and 13.
That's the gang tackling I was talking about. Great example of it. Doing a great job rallying to the ball, the defense, where you have multiple players in a position to negate the forward progress of the back. But they have to be consistent with it. You can't do it once and then give up the 9-yard run. You got to be consistent every time, on every down if they're the Ripon defense.
2nd down, 13 from the 40. Pika, quick pitch. Woyak way to the outside. Now he keeps going.
Juke.
40, 45, and midfield before he goes down. Nice tackle there. Brody Lietzau, a shoestring tackle, and now a penalty flag.
Yeah, and it's going to be on 55 for Wautoma. Pounded the Ripon kid after the play was over. Threw his fist at him. Threw his hands at him. Ref saw it. He threw the flag immediately. Unless the Ripon kid did something before that, this should be an unsportsmanlike dead ball penalty, 15 yards against the Hornets.
Well, it is unsportsmanlike against Wautoma, so that will certainly move them back.
You got to maintain your composure. It's a very emotional sport, very spirited, but you're hurting your own team when you do something like that.
During the pregame, the stream said it got cut out. No? All right, so with the penalty, the ball goes back to the 36-yard line. The officials are trying to straighten things out here, I think, with the down and distance.
So anyway, this Marshall Wayak, this water bug, 5'7", 125. He's given the juke. It's instant replay. He's out here on the short side of the field right now, number 1 at the bottom of your screen. He's given his juke. He likes to keep it wide. So it behooves the defensive backs and the outside linebackers for Ripon to figure out what he likes to do in his moves, and you got to break down. And good luck trying to tackle that guy.
Second down, 17. Back to pass is Pika, rolling to the right. Thompson after him. Throw is caught at the 49-yard line by Josh Wakely.
Nice play. And so they haven't passed often, but when they do, they've been deadly on both accounts. Wow.
And it's a nice gainer out to the 49-yard line.
Just got him out of the hole.
It'll bring up third down and about 4 for the Hornets here.
I'll tell you, if they get a first down, that gentleman that got the unsportsmanlike should go up and with a big thank you to Pika and the receiver.
Yeah, that was a nice play. Making the tackle, by the way, was Logan Boehm, number 16. He was on the spot. So nothing after the catch, but now third down and 4.
He can sling the ball.
Here's Pika. Handoff up the middle. It's close to a first down, but I don't think he's got it. Skylar Royston.
It'll be 4th and 1 if it's spotted correctly.
And John Moreno Valdez is on the tackle in addition to Steven Brunhofer.
Look for Wautoma to go for this. 4th and 1 midfield. They're 2 and 3 on the year in conference.
Gain of 3, needed 4. So it is 4th and 1. The ball now into Ripon territory at the 48-yard line.
I think they're going to go straight north here. They're not going to try to go misdirection wide.
Pika quarterback sneak, and he's got it.
Easily.
He crosses the 45 to about the 44.
Great job by that Hornet offensive line. They just took the Tigers' defensive front and pushed them back 3 yards. Low man wins. Nice job, Wautoma.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter of play. No score, but Wautoma is on the move. Ripon only had the ball 1 possession in that first quarter. Otherwise, it's been Wautoma all the way.
What a heck of a fast first quarter.
So it was a first quarter pretty much dominated by Wautoma, that's for sure.
Ripon defense, I kind of thought about, the last couple of games, they got to be more consistent. They just can't be good on first and second down and then give up that third down. That's where they have to get better at it and improve. But right now, Wautoma Hornets, for their homecoming, they're giving Ripon all they can handle right now.
1st and 10 for Wautoma. Here's the handoff. And off the left guard,
nice
he breaks
run.
A couple of tackles to the 35. Goes Mason Debricevic.
Low man wins, and right now I think the offensive line for Wautoma has a lot of confidence going up and getting ready for that pre-snap. That was a good example of it there. They did it on 4th and 1. They blew the Ripon front off the line of scrimmage, and now right there, big physical run.
Gain of 8 to the 35 to bring up 2nd down and 2.
Short, 2nd and short. What are they going to do here? I'd keep running up inside the tackles.
2 running backs for Wautoma. And this one goes to Royston, but a flag comes in late. Steven Brunhofer stops him, though, for no gain.
He stopped him with his right shoulder. Great job. I think they might have a hold against Wautoma. They do.
And that's a break for the Tigers to move back the Fighting Hornets. Looks like they're going to move them back, the 35 to the 45.
Yeah, nice tackle by Steven Brunhofer. Really nice form tackle. The running back tried to reverse direction, and at that point he wished he hadn't when he ran into number 54.
That'll make it second down and 12 for Wautoma with the penalty.
Well, we've seen them here on second and long, and they seem to have no difficulty going airmail when they're faced with long yardage required. Let's see what they do here.
Out of the shotgun. Nope, I take that back. Behind, there was 3 running backs. Now the pass downfield.
Look at that.
It's caught at the 30. Wojak makes a move at the 10, 5. He breaks a tackle, and it's a touchdown for Wautoma. A 45-yard touchdown pass.
Their passing attack is absolutely shredding the secondary here. And where they're being effective primarily is on a bootleg rollout by Pika. He does such a good job of staying under control when he passes that ball while running. And his targets, every time they've touched the ball, they've caught it. Wow.
Just a nice pitch and catch, and he made some moves, broke a couple of tackles, and he went into the end zone.
He is quick. Not big by stature, but a huge art.
Now Wautoma will try the point after touchdown, and it is good.
I think he could kick a 52-yarder.
We'll see. But 10 minutes, 53 seconds remain in the second quarter, and Wautoma is on 7-0 over the Tigers. And Marty, we discussed pregame. Are we awake, or do we believing the hype, or what? But now Ripon had better wake up. They have some work cut out for them.
Well, they're just doing a great job of running the ball average, for lack of a better descriptive. But like I said, they've been forced into second and long a couple of times, double digits, and they've overcome it off the arm of Pika, and his receivers haven't disappointed him, as just we saw there. So I'm impressed. The defense for Ripon has to get a short memory. They need to get over there and huddle on the sidelines when they can and talk things over. Meanwhile, special teams has been a huge part for Ripon in terms of usually it's the kickoff coverage we cross our fingers. Well, Ripon's going to get the ball, can you believe it, in the second quarter for only the second time.
I know.
And remember, the first time they got it was off a forced fumble by the Ripon defense.
And Wautoma will be kicking off now to the Tigers. And wow, what a nice kick. And it's going to hit at the 4, go out of the end zone. And Ripon will get the ball on their own 20-yard line. And Marty, those Hornets, they are fired up, and Ripon better start getting fired up themselves.
You know, the Hornets, they suit up 17 underclassmen. They got a dozen freshmen, much of what Ripon has with 13. And just 5 sophomores. Comparatively, Ripon suits up 24 underclassmen, 13 fresh, 11 sophomores. So both teams with a lot of contributions coming from 9th and 10th graders.
All right, 7-0 Wautoma. 10:53 remaining in the second. Hansen gets the snap. Here's Cumber up the middle. He got some room. Breaks inside. 30, 35. Down to the 40. Nice run by Eric Cumber. Just what the Tigers needed.
It's exactly what they needed. Get that defense for the Hornets on their heels here. I like when they started their first possession, they went up the guard tackle, or at the center guard gap. And then on the very next play, they went wide with Cumber. Let's see what they do this time. I think they'll just keep it right where they are, up those AB gaps, the quick hitters. Look how many guys are in the box for the defense.
From the 42, 1st and 10, Cumber, he breaks free, midfield, 40, he's gone. He's going to the end zone. There's 20, 10, 5, and a touchdown for the Tigers. And that's going to be a 58-yard touchdown run. And it didn't take long for Ripon to match a touchdown.
Wow. Somebody got a memo out to the offense saying, hey, right now our defense isn't where we want them to be. See if we can pick them up. And wow.
Well, Marty, you were right. Wautoma had a lot of people in the box, and Cumber found a little space, and once he got behind that line, he was gone.
Well, here's the deal. If you're doing read option as a quarterback, as an offensive unit, well, let's get the PAT in.
And it's
first.
good. Yes.
And all of a sudden they're stacking 9 guys in the box because they want to nullify number 4's success as best they can. You normally will check out of that, and you're gonna go with play action pass. You're not going to run against a 9-man defensive men in the box. Well, they did, and it didn't matter. So if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm concerned because we can't allow that to happen. If we're going to put 9 up in the box, and even normally you go with the front 7. Well, heck, you got your safeties rolled up in there, and it still didn't make a difference. So I'd be quite concerned if I'm the Hornets defensive coordinator. But what a game. Nothing happens in the first quarter, and all of a sudden back-to-back touchdowns in a matter of seconds.
That's for sure. It was 10 minutes and 53 seconds when Wautoma scored their touchdown. For Ripon now 10 minutes and 21 seconds.
Boy,
so a mere 32 seconds.
Boy, do you have a great memory to recall the clock like that and throughout the entire game down to the second. I'm so impressed.
Thank you. But it is tied. The PAT was good by Hansen. And now Ripon will be kicking off to the Fighting Hornets.
And Hansen's doing the kickoff.
Back to receive. We're going to have Skylar Royston, number 11. And I think that's Marshall Woyak, number 1 on the far side. There's the kickoff. It's going to be Royston at the 19-yard line. He's out to the 30 already.
Yep.
In the middle, 35. Down he'll go. Travis Cumber making the stop for the Ripon Tigers.
I love the way Travis sticks his nose in there. You know, he's been maligned. He plays a very tough position. Defensive back, you are on an island so much of the time, one-on-one in space. It's not easy. He plays and hits a lot harder and bigger than he is.
The return does go out to the 38-yard line, so a 19-yard return for Royston.
Well, I'll tell you, it's become quite apparent to me that their go-to is the junior number 1. He is a gnat. He is quick.
Pika under center, hands the ball off to the running back who gets across the 40 to about the 44-yard line.
Too many yards if you're the Ripon defense. You're giving up about 6 on 1st and 10.
Braden Dudzinski made the tackle on Skylar Royston, the running back. But it is a gain of 4 to the 44, so 2nd and 5. Ball's at the right hash mark. Again, all tied up at 7 here. We kind of thought Wautoma would give Ripon a battle and vice versa. So it's homecoming here in Wautoma. Everybody's fired up on this side of the field. 3 running backs. Pika under center. Gets the snap. Goes to the outside and
that's just
crossing the
body.
45 and down he goes. Yeah, student body right or student body left. The ball carrier there was Mason Debricevic.
Reminds me a lot, the technique and the approach of what Berlin was able to do with Martin and that running back, number 27. It's just that Berlin was a lot more effective. They were bigger, tougher, more physical than we've seen this season. But that's the same approach where they're just trying to pull a couple of guards and get out there and just kind of run over people and get yards.
Will Guthrie made the tackle. The ball at the 46. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 for, check that, the 46. 3rd down and 2 for the Hornets.
Low man wins.
Pika to the running back. He's got a first down. Midfield, Ripon territory. Still going inside the 45 is Skylar Royston.
Ripon is tackling high. That play right there was probably the best example of my comment. They are coming in at shoulder pads, and nobody wants to take the legs, and that's why you got another 7 yards from initial contact. Nice job by that running back for the Hornets.
Levi Thompson, Carter Bell on the stop, but It's a big gainer to the Ripon 42, where it's going to be 1st down and 10, Wautoma.
Defensive front, you have to fire off the ball, but you got to stay low. Let your linebackers make the play.
All right, ball's at the right hash. Pika is now under center. Hands the ball off. Royston again
nice
inside
ball.
the 40 to about the 38 before he goes down.
I would do nothing different. If I am Wautoma, I am going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep pounding it. If I can get at least 4 yards a carry, well, you do the quick math. It takes me longer. But you do that 3 times, and you're going to keep moving the chains for a 1st down.
John Moreno Valdez
and that
made the stop.
And that makes it an opposing defense. It really can be frustrating when they just keep pounding it on you.
From the 38. And there's a pitch to the outside. Debrisovic. Oh, what a nice stop out there. Dylan Martina. He came up from his safety spot, and he dropped the running back for a big loss.
What a play.
Way back now to the 42. And that's going to be a loss of 5 to make it now 3rd down and 10.
He shot out of a cannon. Speaking of howitzers here tonight, he shot out of a cannon, Martina. We've seen him on the offensive side of things. He's got great hands. He's been very effective receiver for the last couple of seasons for Ripon. But what a big defensive play that was.
So big 3rd and 10. Pika back to pass, rolling right, running. Thompson's after him, throws. It's going to be caught. What a nice catch out of bounds by Marshall Woyak.
Woyak is a beast. He is.
Velcro hands there.
He's a mighty mouse, this guy. Yeah. My goodness.
He was out of bounds, but he did make a terrific catch. So incomplete, brings up 4th and 10. And it looks like Wautoma will go into punt formation.
Levi Thompson was one of the guys for the Tigers applying good pressure on Pika.
Well, let's see. Ripon does not have a receiver to take this punt.
No return man.
So nobody. We'll see. Hopefully they'll try and kick it into the end zone. Will Dragalovic is way in the back there. It is a fake.
That's why they didn't do it.
And it's tucked. Down he goes. Braden Dudzinski makes the sack at the 46.
About a 10-yard loss. Way not to buy into it. Good job by the special teams coach. Understanding the situation that they're in midfield, they might go for it, even though it was long yardage. And sure enough, they tried that option pass on a fake punt, and Ripon didn't bite.
They did not, and excellent play by the Ripon defense. Now they have good field position at the Wautoma 46, 1st down and 10.
Is this the momentum change the Tigers were looking for?
Let's hope. Let's see. Here's Cumber, he gets hit in the backfield. He's going to be dropped for no gain on the play. Good job on the Wautoma defense. I'll try and get that number for you. He did a terrific job out there for the Hornets.
He shot the gap. That's number 0.
Yeah,
he shot
Grant
the gap.
Kulibert.
He shot the gap and got right into the legs, and that's what you do with a running back. The Ripon defense can take a note from that. You got to get lower on those tackles, otherwise you come in high in those shoulder pads, and next thing you know, if you don't slip off, you're going to give the guy another extra yardage because of the high tackling.
From the 46, 2nd down, 10. Hansen with Cumber behind him. Here's Cumber up the middle, 45, 40, 35, and he gets caught from behind at the 32-yard line by Mason Debrisovic.
Steven Brunhofer, great snow plow, and he just got right in the back seat of that plow. Cumber did. Do you see how he has his free hand literally on the back of the blocker and just using him and then breaks off from whichever opportunity when he breaks to daylight?
It's a big 1st down for Ripon at the Wautoma 32-yard line. Hansen back to pass, flags down, looks like a false start against Ripon.
One of the few penalties we've seen here in the first half of tonight's homecoming game up here at Wautoma. It's 7-7.
What a quick half too, Marty. 5:37 remaining in the 2nd quarter.
The quarter was, I made the mistake of saying, man, that was a fast quarter in the Nakusa homecoming game. Next thing you know, I was trying to think, well, I was going to have a late dinner. Then I started thinking about where's your breakfast menu. And so I'm not gonna get too excited about a fast game here.
All right. Well, with a penalty, ball marked back to the 37 where it's first down and 15.
8 men in the box.
Man in motion. Here's Cumber up the middle. Lot of room to the 30. Down to about the 28-yard line. It's a good gainer for the Tigers.
Yeah, got the 5-yard penalty back and then some is what he did.
Put the ball at the 28-yard line. And that's going to be a gain of 9. Second down coming up.
It's either Noah Michael or Jordan Crump came in with the play, number 5 or number 9.
Oh, okay. That's Michael, 5. Okay. And it's out. Caden Coots is wide to the left.
Yeah, he is.
Hansen, Cumber, up the middle, 25, 20, inside the 15 to about the 16-yard line. And another first down for the Tigers.
Nice tackle by Mason. How do you say his last name? Dobricevic. Yeah, he tackles at the waist. He doesn't. If he goes up high on the shoulder pads of Cumber, he's going to slip off. He gets it. Nice
He's
job.
at the 11 after the big gainer by Eric Cumber. First down and 10 at the 11-yard line. And we're going to have a timeout by Wautoma with 4:24 remaining in the second quarter.
Smart timeout by Wautoma. First of all, you got to collect yourself defensively, and the best way to do that is to get that timeout called, bring it over to the sidelines, listen to your coach. Like you said, the ball is on the. They're spotting it on the 28. They want to keep Ripon out of the end zone. They want to keep this at a tie game going into the halftime, and so they got to figure out what do we do against Cumber. How can we corral him to minimize his success on the ground? Because right now we talk about Cumber, but those 5 guys up front for Ripon, like I said, they got the wake-up call after that first offensive possession, which forced them to punt. And in a couple of plays, they scored their first touchdown, and now they're well on their way of repeating. So let's see if they're going to put in a special stunt, or he just wanted to talk to his fellas and challenge them.
All right, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 11. Here's Cumber. He's going to break to the outside. He's got some room at the 5.
Out.
Touchdown for the Tigers. A nice 11-yard touchdown run by Eric Cumber. Second touchdown of the night.
Wow, just off the right side, he was able to juke the first would-be tackler, and then from there was just a foot race to that far right pylon. He made it look easy, didn't he? He's been doing that all season. Nice job. Good answer by Ripon. They've scored the last 2 touchdowns after Wautoma opened up the scoring tonight, going up 7-0.
And we await the point after touchdown kick, and it is going to be good.
It climbed over. It's not a beauty contest. It's all about making the ball over the bar, and that's what they did. Nice job. Good Ripon crowd tonight, traveling up here to Wautoma. You know, Ripon and Wautoma played in the same conference you go back to 1999 up until 2007. Back then it was the East Central Flyway Conference. And then in 2007, that's when the conference split. Both schools became part of the new Eastern Valley Conference. But so with Ripon joining this year officially the South Central Conference for all sports, the Tigers are back after an 18-year hiatus. So while we did play them in different sports and a non-conference competition, we haven't done it in conference.
All right, so the Tigers will be kicking off after taking the lead here at the 4:18 mark in this second quarter. Hansen will be kicking off. 2 players to receive for Wautoma. And this one looks like it's going to be Skylar Royston at the 17-yard line. 25-30 up the middle and right at the 35-yard line. He will go down. Nice tackling out there.
Ben
by
Gerke
the
was
Tigers.
one of them. 53, Ben Gerke, the sophomore, stuck his face mask in there. He was one of the tacklers. I'd like to see squib kick, to be honest with you. I wonder if they'll consider that. Throw the timing off, and we don't kick it as deep as a lot of teams do, and so they end up getting, like in this situation, out to the 36-yard line for their offense.
So from their own 36-yard line, first down and 10 for Wautoma.
4 minutes, 12 seconds till half.
Pika.
I was just going to ask, are they going to stay patient?
Back to pass. Grazer with the catch.
Nice tackle.
And he's just going to get a couple of yards, not much more than that.
Who else? The freshman, Mr. Bell.
Carter Bell on the stop. Looks like a gain. No gain, actually.
That's why that was a nice play, and he didn't take him high. Took him right at the waist and drove him to the out-of-bounds sideline. Good job. That looked like kind of a screen, but there was no blockers in front of him, really. I don't know if that was the timing was off or how that play was supposed to be.
But it's second down and 10 regardless.
But, yeah, the defense figured it out.
A nice stop for Ripon for sure. Okay. Pika waits the snap. He's in the shotgun. Back to pass, looking left. Throws it, screen. And it's caught out there. Nice
Nobody
catch
out there
by Royston. And, yes, he's way past midfield into Ripon territory at around the 44-yard line.
Ripon came hard off the edge with the blitz, and there was nobody home for him when they leaked him out to the flat. And he somehow managed to hang on to that fingertip catch, gather it in, and you saw what happened. So the damage that's being put on the Ripon defense tonight is pretty much going over the top, going airmail against this Tiger defense.
From the Ripon 43, it's first down and 10, Wautoma. Pika under center this time, hands the ball off straight up the middle.
Look
wow,
out.
Big room out there, running inside the 25, almost to the 20. That is Mason Debrisovic. And a big gainer and first down.
Boy, does Debrisovic hit the hole hard. Great job. You come over with that pass out on the flat, and then you come right back with a quick hitter up the left tackle. Nice blocking up front by Wautoma. These two teams seem to be pretty close to evenly matched.
From the 22 after that big gainer, first and 10 for the Hornets with an I formation. And it looks like Debrisovic again,
Where's
fighting
the help?
And
oh, my goodness. I mean, you got the guy riding him like a bull, and the other defensive guys are kind of like watching.
It's just a gain of 2 to the 20 for second down and 8 coming up.
You stop playing before the whistle gets sounded. Defense, you're going to get in trouble. That didn't hurt him that time, but you got to keep gang tackling and play through the whistle.
Second down and 8 from the 20.
2 minutes left in the first half.
Pika, quick pitch out to the left. Not going anywhere. Braden Dudzinski made the stop on Parker Grenier.
Yeah, he planted him, to put it bluntly. Beautiful form tackle by the senior.
And that Grenier, Marty, just a freshman, 21. And it is a tackle for loss. A loss of only 1, but regardless, back to the 21. Clock rolling yet. A minute 35 remaining.
We'll take all the tackle for losses we can get.
Right.
But where they gotta improve defensively is in those passing downs, because right now, Pika is shredding that defense.
It's 3rd and 9. Oh, it's a big quarterback sack and a fumble. What a job by Caden Coots.
Wow, number 2 comes up.
Oh, and a flag after the play.
Oh, no.
But it's a sack, fumble by Caden Coots. He made the recovery, and now a flag.
Yeah, and it looks like we know who the victim is, too.
Let's see what this is all about. It's going to be unsportsmanlike against Ripon.
Yep, and I think someone's talking too much of a game over there. Little too flamboyant, and you just cost your team really good field position. You put them in a hole.
Yeah, especially with 79 seconds.
Yeah.
Ripon would have had the ball on their own 34. And with the penalty, that's going to move it back to the 18-yard line is what we'll
about
call
the
it.
Wautoma kid got caught with a little extracurricular activity on a dead ball, unsportsmanlike. This time, I'm not so sure it was physical. I think it was more trash talking probably. And watching too much professional sports, you got to stop it. That's just not using your head.
Well, 1st and 10 Tigers on their own 18. Here's Hansen, man in motion. Cumber up the middle, goes to the outside, now back to the middle. Wow, 35. Down to about the 36-yard line. A big run by Eric Cumber and a first down. Ripon will have 2 timeouts remaining if they choose to use them.
Oh, that they will. They're going to start the clock up any second, and they do now.
1st and 10 from the 36. That was a big gainer of 18. Hansen back to pass, and he's going to take it himself. He's at the 40 when he cuts in, 45 to the 47 before he goes down.
Should be a first down.
And it should be a first down as well. We're very close to it. Let's see what the officials say.
I think it is. And they're going to measure.
We have a clock stoppage due to a timeout by the Tigers. So that's 54 seconds remaining.
It is a first down.
So it is a first down for Ripon at their own 47. 54 seconds. Ripon will have 1 timeout remaining here in this second quarter.
Normally, when you don't have an Eric Cumber on your roster, you got to pretty much think pass most of the time in these circumstances with 1 timeout and having to go more than half the distance to the goal line with less than a minute remaining. But when you have an Eric Cumber with a timeout, your ground game is still at 100% consideration here because we've seen what he's already done all season and has done tonight already. He should be, I'm guessing, probably over 2,000 yards.
I would
back
think
in
so,
the first
yeah.
quarter. Wow.
All right, 1st and 10, ball's at the left hash. I formation. Hansen gets the snap, back to pass, looking to the right. Going to throw downfield. It's incomplete.
Oh, that ball came off his hand really awkwardly.
Yeah.
The only good news about that play is it stopped the clock.
It was intended for Vincent Mink.
There's a name we haven't shouted out tonight that usually speaks well when you say his name. Usually something good has happened for sure. That guy is a high-energy guy. We saw that wonderful touchdown catch last week at homecoming when they needed it. I think it was a 4th down play.
2nd down and 10, 50 seconds remaining from their own 47. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Hansen back to pass, looking downfield, right side. It's incomplete. Just over the head of Dylan Martina.
Yeah, it was a little behind him in that he had to reach back. If he kind of gets a little more air under it and lets Martina just run under it, then we're off to the races.
Yeah, he was beyond the defender.
Yeah, I'm talking about the ball in relationship to the receiver. It was just he had to reach back up, arch his back. You get air under it and let him run under, and now he's, like I said, it would have been huge. Well, they got lots of time, 45 seconds. That's plenty of time for this high-octane offense to put points on the board.
It is 3rd and 10. Let's see if Ripon goes back to a running play. 2 receivers wide to the right.
8 in the box.
It is Cumber up the middle. Now he cuts to the outside, trying to find some room, but he's kind of just running sideways, and out of bounds he goes after no gain.
Well, look who got him, number 1.
Yeah,
that
Marshall Woyak.
He's playing a really nice game on both sides of the line of scrimmage offensively. He's got their touchdown for him tonight. Very athletic, very quick, very much a water bug.
So now it's 4th and 10. Ripon will go into punt formation.
Yep. So started off with a 15-yard penalty, and then they couldn't quite complete the passes that they needed.
And it's a shorter punt, and looks like it's going out of bounds. Nope. It did not. It bounced back in at the 25.
Nope.
And that's where Wautoma will start. They have 2 timeouts and only 28 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Well, you don't fall asleep here defensively for the Tigers. It's a hard, physical, fought-out game. Both teams having a lot of success offensively, but totally different in that we are getting our Eric Cumber running back up and down the field with his feet, and it's been Pika and a couple of his receivers that have just created havoc for that defense for the Tigers.
Ball's at the left hash.
I got to believe they're going to be – why not? Why not go over the top? You've been passing the ball well against Ripon.
And this is a flea flicker. Flag is down.
Yeah.
And Pika just throws it away.
Yeah, it's probably against them, but let's see. Unless Ripon jumped off sides.
From the 25 was what the line of scrimmage was. It's going to be
against
either a false,
offense.
not a false start, but illegal motion against Wautoma.
So now they're down to 14 seconds with a 5-yard penalty going against them.
Put the ball back at the 20.
This kind of tells me, now at this point, I'm kind of surprised if they do take that chance. Unless they go deep, then it'd more or less be like a punt if it's not successful. Homecoming here. We've been saying that 3 weeks in a row from our broadcast. It was Mauston a couple of weeks ago. It was Ripon last week, and it's Wautoma's homecoming tonight.
All right. Underneath the center. Here's our handoff right up the middle. Wow, a quick hitter for sure. And I think that's going to be Debricevic, who crosses the 25 to about the 29.
Yeah, freshman Will Dragalovic, 17, was in there making that play.
And that's going to end the first half. So it was kind of a quick first half, and no scoring in the first quarter, but there was some in the second quarter, and our halftime score is the Ripon Tigers 14 and the Wautoma Hornets 7, plus Ripon will get the ball to start the third quarter. And our scoring went like this. Second quarter, Marshall Woyak received a 45-yard touchdown pass from the quarterback Peyton Pika. That came at the 10:53 mark of the second quarter. Then it was Eric Cumber's turn. A mere 32 seconds after that, Cumber ran 58 yards for a touchdown at the 10:21 mark. And then Eric ran a second touchdown at the 4:18 mark of the second quarter, 11-yard run. So our halftime score was, again, Ripon 14, Wautoma 7. Marty, what do you say?
Well, I just kind of mentioned it earlier. If you're Ripon, you got to be concerned defensively about the air attack by the Wautoma Hornets. If you are Wautoma defense, much like other teams in this conference have been concerned with number 4, that's your concern. They normally play a 4-3 defensive front, but they've been rolling up to a 5-man front trying to take away Eric Cumber. So that's what both teams have to be concerned with, I think, is defensively. How do you stop Cumber if you're Wautoma, and how do we stop Pika's air assault if you are the Ripon defense? That's how I see it.
Well, it is halftime here, and it is also homecoming, as mentioned. The Wautoma Marching Band will be out on the field, and you are with Marty Ernzer and myself, Lynn Krause, here on the Ripon channel for Ripon High School football. And we'll be back to bring you the play-by-play, starting with the third quarter. But first, let's enjoy halftime and the Wautoma Marching Band.
Tonight, we welcome the Wautoma High School Marching Band to the field for your halftime entertainment. The band will be performing Secret Agent Man, a drumline feature titled The Agency and Mission Impossible. Tonight, the band will be under the direction of Senior Drum Major Mason Gosky and Junior Drum Major Ryan Young. The drumline captain is Ever Hernandez. Sarah Albright choreographed and instructed the color guard routines. The band would like to thank Mr. Schaffer and Miss Rosendahl for their help and coaching during our band contact week. So I now present to you the Wautoma High School Marching Band. Wautoma High School marching band. Outstanding, guys. squad, keep your eyes peeled on the center of the track. Our cheer squad will be making their presentation here shortly. And if you're involved in our cross country, the parents that are here for Wautoma, we will be introducing them as well very soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and now our Wautoma High School cheer presentation. Also, as many as you know, we co-op with a lot of different sports with our partners to the north, the Wild World Wildcats. And they are not available tonight because they've got their own homecoming festivities. But we want to introduce all of our cross-country parents tonight and our athletes, so we'll call off their names as they make their way to the track. Starting with our freshman, Cole Gray. Parents are now listening to the support. Cadence Leader House. Parents are May Leader House. Jaden Mott. Parents are Janelle and Paul Mott. Luis Sacida. Parents are Lucy and Arello Sacida. For our sophomores, Lucian Hottenstein. Parents for Timothy Hottenstein and Rella Finley. Juniors, Ricardo and Aya. Parents are Emma and Aya and Ricardo and Aya Sr. Jet Richard. Parents are Nat and Janelle Richard. Seniors, Jay Michael. Parents are Tina Michael. Morgan Stettenpohl. Parents are Jason and Leah Stettenpohl. And Naya Talon. Parents are Mike and Tina Talon. Our Wild World Wildcats that were not able to make it here tonight, but Coach said we're going to call them out. Coach is here as well in the house along with his lovely wife. Louisa Skewers, Rachel Bollinger, Ethan Frank, Seth Brooks, Anthony Krieger, and Andrew Lippert. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 cross-country athletes. Parents, thank you for all that you do in
All right, welcome back to Lyle Schultz Athletic Complex here in Wautoma. As halftime is just about completed, and way to go, the Wautoma Marching Band. They did a nice job. The cheer squad did a nice job as well, entertaining the crowd here tonight. Very well done. So congratulations to Wautoma. Excellent job. The band also playing here. But nonetheless, we have a football game that's going on, and it has been a good one. The Ripon Tigers lead 14-7. And again, we're glad to have you joining us here at youtube.com/Ripon channel with Marty Ernzer. I'm Lynn Krause. And Marty, it was an inauspicious first quarter. Wautoma had 2 possessions, Ripon only 1, and they took up quite a bit of that first quarter and into the second. But eventually, Ripon was able to get a little footing here and have a touchdown lead.
Well, footing is the operative word, and it's the footing of number 4 with that nice offensive line up front. And that's what the salvation has been, because if it wasn't for the run game of the Tigers right now, they would be behind on the scoreboard for sure. I think if you're Ripon, the most concerning thing you have, and I've talked about the defense trying to be more consistent, it's the ability of the offense led by Pika, the quarterback, to pass the ball so efficiently and so effectively that when they need it, when it's 2nd and long, when it's 3rd and long, when they're coming off of a penalty and need double digits, they are succeeding going over the top, and the receivers, if they touch it, they catch it. So that's the part, if you're Ripon, you're a little concerned with can the defense find a way to make that part of the offensive game for Wautoma more difficult, because right now they haven't been able to. But Ripon gets the ball to start the second half.
That they do. Eric Cumber has had a 58-yard run for a touchdown and an 11-yard run for a touchdown. So he also has broken the single-season mark as well for rushing. But it's Ripon on the kickoff, and a nice job bringing it back for Ripon. I think that's Mason Mink, number 33, who brings it up across the 25, close to the 30.
I think you're right. I was trying to get his number as well.
So it's a nice return by Mason out to the 30-yard line, and the Tigers will have it 1st down and 10 from there. Marty, we knew it would be a battle tonight, and Wautoma certainly all fired up because of homecoming, and Ripon with an opportunity here to kind of stretch it out if they can get a drive.
Great crowd, by the way, for homecoming. Wautoma's got to be very pleased with what their turnout is here tonight, and for Ripon to travel as well, about a 50-minute drive. They've have good representation directly across the field from us. Ripon with the ball. How important would it be here on your first offensive possession to start the second half, nursing a 1-score lead, to come away with points?
Hansen out of the shotgun, and yes, it's Cumber going to the right side, cutting up. Has some room there across the 35 to about the 38-yard line, and it's going to be a good gain of 7 or 8 on 1st down.
Big win there on 1st and 10.
Put the ball at the 38, so 2nd down, 2 for the Tigers. The temperature has cooled off a little, but still very nice. Probably, let's see, it was around 57 degrees currently.
Well, of course it's nice. We're inside.
The winds have picked up a little bit out of that northwest to about 10 miles per hour. So Hansen, here is Cumber. He's got the 1st down across the 40 to the 45 before he is taken down. And another 1st down for the Tigers. And it's a nice tackle out there by Elijah Gracer, the senior defensive end, 6'3", 180.
What I'm seeing here is great news if you're a Tiger fan. I am seeing in consecutive plays defensive players flying backwards.
Yeah.
Somebody's doing some hitting up front, and they're all wearing orange helmets and white uniforms.
1st and 10 from the 45. Cumber again, this time to the left. He's at the 45, midfield. And
nice.
The angle is out of bounds into Wautoma territory. And making the tackle out there, Skylar Royston.
Royston, the senior defensive back, running back, nice open field tackle on the state leading rusher in Wisconsin. That was a nice job.
And it's a gain of 8 into Hornet territory. at the 47, where it will be 2nd down and 2 for Ripon.
I think this is going to be a no-nonsense ground round possession here for the Tigers to start the 3rd quarter.
Something what Wautoma did to Ripon in the 1st quarter. All right, Hanson Cumber, 45-40. He's got some room. Boy, he broke free inside the 30, still on his feet, close to the 20-yard line.
Not only is it explosive, but look at the balance from the point of he was first hit in the backfield or in the back from behind, and how he's able to maintain that balance for another 5 yards.
27-yard pickup to the Wautoma 20. Right hash mark, 1st down and 10 for the Tigers.
Can you imagine if Ripon starts going no huddle? You get big double-digit gains. You line it up right away, and the defense is trying to find out what planet they're on.
2 receivers wide to the left, but it's a handoff to Cumber. Oh, he got dragged down from behind, just inside the 20. Good tackle that time by the Hornets.
Yeah, Jackson Cadle, number 56. Tough, looked like a linebacker on that play.
And he's a senior, 230 pounds. Gain, we'll call it 2 to the 18. 2nd down and 8.
Ripon having their way on the ground game right now.
Yes, again.
To start the 3rd quarter.
2 receivers wide to the left, and Cumber the lone back. And he gets the handoff up the middle. He's gonna get, oh, there's a flag. Gonna get to the 15, but I think, Marty, this one's coming back. And it is. It's a hold against the Tigers, so that will move them back, and it'll make 2nd down a little longer.
Sometimes I wonder, with a dynamic running game because of Cumber that Ripon has, do you take the down and not the yards? You know what I mean? Give Cumber one less chance to carry the ball.
Well, it would have been about 3rd and about 6, I guess.
Okay.
So instead, it's going to be 2nd down and 20. Well, not quite 20, about 18. 2nd down, 18. And the ball's at the 28-yard line. So, you know, I guess pick your poison one way or the other. Ripon was going to go for it. So
well, I'll tell you one thing. The defense knows where number 4 is.
And this time it's a pass across the middle. The pass was low, and Dylan Martina unable to grab it.
Ripon has not shown any ability to pass the ball here in this game tonight. And if you could just get some gain through the air, it would maybe loosen up that defense for the Hornets, but it's not happening.
So 2nd down, check that. 3rd down and 18 for the Tigers on their own 28-yard line. Hanson back to pass, going to the right end zone, and it's incomplete. Good defense out there by the Hornets.
Boy, it was a nice pass, and it was a good route by the intended receiver. It was just a nice defensive play. And in fact, he's down. He hasn't gotten up since he made that play on the ball and created the incompletion.
That was intended out there for Vincent Mink. And Mink and the defender, they hit each other pretty hard going after the ball. Yeah,
Mink's a tough cookie. I think part of the thing I want to see get involved with, number 10 has to get involved more with the offense, right? Whether it's you involve them through the air or on the ground. I think number 10 is just too valuable of a player to not have him involved with the Ripon offense enough. He's so dynamic on special teams, too, with kickoff returns, punt returns. He's a tough kid, Vincent Mink.
9:07 remains in this third quarter. But that brings up 4th down and 18 after the incomplete pass. So the Tigers, I'm sure, will end up going for it here.
Well, that holding call is what hurt him. But when you see where the ball is located, what good does it do to punt?
Right at the Wautoma 28. And yes, Ripon will be going for it on this 4th down. Hanson Out of the shotgun, the fullback Shardukian. Back to pass Hansen, looking to the left. Now he's under pressure, and he's going to get sacked way at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, it just took too much time. Went looking for something to develop, and it wasn't there.
Well, it's a big sack for the Hornets, and they'll get better field position than what they had. And it's about a 10-yard loss for Ripon, so it's at the 38 now of Wautoma, and they will have it first down and 10.
Ripon defense better wake up because they're going to see a steady diet of Pika.
Ripon would like to have scored to open up the lead a little bit, but it's still 7 and Wautoma's ball. Pika under center. Hands the ball off to the first running back up the middle, and boy, he shoots through there across the 40, 45, 47-yard line.
That looks a lot like Berlin's offense, the way they run that ball like that.
Carter Bell on the tackle.
If you come in high on the ball, that's what's going to happen. This tough running back for Wautoma is going to make you pay the price.
Gain of 9 to the 47, second down 1. We have an official's timeout now, probably an equipment issue. And he says everything's good, and we restart the clock, and away we go. Second down 1.
Mason Dobricevic, number 33, he's tough.
Pika under center. Pitch to the left.
Nice
breaking
block.
The spot is Woyak. Oh, no, that's not Woyak. That's going to be Parker Grenier.
Woyak had a great block, is what he did. He created that lane. And the defensive back for Ripon just got beat.
And Grenier to the 36 after a gainer of 12. And another Wautoma first down.
Nice.
So the ball now at the right hash mark. It was a nice looking play with a good block by Woyak. Grenier made a nice run. Ball's at the right hash mark. A single setback under center.
Counter.
And it's a little counter play. And it's late in developing for Skylar Royston, and the Tigers make a good tackle.
That time the defensive end came crashing down, and the outside linebacker might have been too.
Carter Bell made the tackle.
They just blew that play up.
Yeah. And it's a loss of 1, so a tackle for loss for Carter Bell.
Here's the issue with Ripon defense. What do they do on 2nd and long and 3rd and long? That's where they're getting beat. They got to get a couple good stops in a row.
This is 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Pika.
Straight drop
looking
back.
downfield. Throws it left side.
Whoa.
Incomplete, intended for Marshall Woyak, but just a little bit ahead of him.
Ripon got beat on it. They just underthrew it a little bit. Or I should say overthrew it. So, the way this game is going, it's 3rd and long for Wautoma. They have Ripon right where they want them. On 3rd and double digits, because that's where they've been so effective. Watch for Pika to maybe bootleg rollout instead of straight drop back. I look for him to roll out with that ball. Option to pass or to run.
3rd and 11 from the 37-yard line.
Ripon defense, are you ready? They're blitzing.
Pika,
Ripon.
screen left, caught at the 40. Making a move, Royston, 35-30. He's going to be short on the first down.
Yeah, but it's
just by a couple of yards.
Yeah, it's going to be what was 3rd and 11 is now going to be 4th and a couple. That was a nice play by Wautoma. They're killing this on the flats in open space.
Travis Cumber made the tackle before the line to gain, and it's 4th down and 1 after a gain of 10.
Look for a quarterback sneak. Or up the A-gap, and
there's their sneak. Pika, but he bounced off, and I think he got it on the bounce off.
He got a wrap, and I think we got a flag. We'll see. Or that could have been a piece of clothing on a player. We'll find out.
Yeah, I don't know, but
it is a
flag.
Yeah.
And
it's against Ripon.
Uh-oh.
It looks like they're going to march it off.
Yep. So let's see what it is.
Never got the call. Never saw it.
Face mask.
Oh, boy.
But it's only the 5-yard variety.
My goodness.
So they got a break there. So with the first down run and the penalty, the ball's at the 20. First down, Hornets. On the move here. in this third quarter. 2 running backs behind Pika. And here's the handoff up the middle. Not much there. Yard or 2 for Skylar Royston. And it'll be second down. Gain of 1. So at the 19 now. Clock rolling still. Under 6 minutes to go here in this third quarter. It's still Tigers with the lead, 14-7 over the Hornets.
Wautoma's done a nice job tonight defensively against Ripon. And now offensively, they're looking to do the same thing and tie this game.
2nd and 9, back to pass. Pika rolling right, still rolling back. Well, he's at the 35, and he throws it. Almost picked off by Logan Boehm, but he probably would have been out of bounds. He made a great effort. Good defense for Ripon to make it now 3rd and 9.
Caden Coots, good job by the senior, number 2. Lead by example. Give him the credit for Pika having to basically throw that ball away to bring up 3rd and long. Normally, you'd think 3rd and long. I like the way this is going, but too many times Pika and that Hornet offensive unit has found a way to fight and claw and get first downs when they have their back to the wall.
Certainly 4-down territory from the 19, 3rd and 9. Out of the shotgun this time, Pika looking right, throws it. Was tipped at the line of scrimmage and almost caught by Royston.
He catches that at the least, he probably has a first down.
But it was tipped.
Good news. So they'll go for it here.
I got to see who that was on the blitz who tipped it.
You can't fault the Ripon game plan defensively of putting pressure on Pika. That's what you do. The guy's a good passer.
Caden Coots.
Well, you can't pass if you're laying on your back. The problem is Pika, with his legs, is able to buy a sufficient time to throw strikes to his receivers.
Caden Coots on the tip makes it 4th and 9 from the 19. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left.
Caden Coots has been effective here on a lot of the blitzes.
Single running back, Pika back to pass, under pressure, throws,
Touchdown.
caught for a touchdown.
Beautiful.
Oh my, Marshall Woyak into the end zone.
Woyak is the Tiger killer right now. He's the real deal. Great, just sort of a skinny post right over the middle.
Yeah.
And beautiful strike by Pika.
It certainly was.
Looking at a tie ball game here.
We are looking at a tie game pending the point after touchdown kick. 14-13 right now.
And wow, the Hornets came to play tonight.
Chris Calderon is the kicker here. Royston the holder. This is very important for sure. And now flag. What do we have?
Got me. Too many men on the field. Let's see. Our equipment.
Illegal participation, it looks like, huh? Yeah. Well, 1 came off, 2 came on. Oh, here comes the second one. Unless, well, that's a 5-yard penalty. So it'll move it back, make it a little more difficult. So this will actually be a 25-yard point after touchdown.
This kid has plenty of leg. You saw that on their first point after.
Snap, kick,
Look
up
at
high.
That. Oh, my.
Oh, it's plenty good.
Oh, that is good from probably 35 to 40 yards.
Plenty good.
Nice
wow.
leg.
Well, Marshall Woyak, as you mentioned, Marty, the Tiger killer in the second quarter, a 45-yard pass, touchdown pass completion, and just recently, moments ago, a 19-yard pass caught for a touchdown. Marshall Woyak from the quarterback, Peyton Pika. And we are tied 14 each with 5:23 remaining in this third quarter.
This is a 2-3 team coming in here tonight. A win here, an upset over Ripon, which I would consider an upset, would make them a 500 ball club in conference with a week to go. Like we said, tonight around the conference, along with Ripon here, of course, is Adams Friendship at Berlin, Wisconsin Dells at Nakusa. Waupun is on the road to Mauston, taking on the Golden Eagles tonight. Here's the kickoff.
And it's a deep kickoff. Going to be taken at the 4-yard line. Out to the 15, 20. Cutting to the left. Now back up across the 30. That's Vincent Mink out there with a nice return.
First time we've seen him, I believe, with the return. And we missed that.
He's a little slow to get up.
I like the way, yeah. Sometimes teammates say, want to help your buddy up. He's not ready to get up. He took a shot. Might have got the wind knocked out of him. What's interesting to me, I'm wondering, I think they switched on kickoff return. I think Vincent re-switched with the other guy, so he seems to kick it to that side. So they wanted to get Mink more involved. So would he a little shaken up? They're going to try to get him up on his feet. He is on his feet, but he's got
he's limping on the left leg, yeah.
Well, I don't know which leg, but he's limping for sure. That's not a good sign. I said earlier, we need to get him involved with the offense. And now, right now, that's not going to happen.
Well, with the kickoff return, thanks to Vincent, the ball's out at the 32. So decent field position for the Tigers. But they find themselves in a tie game. This is Ripon's second possession of the third quarter. The first one ended up failing down at about the 15-yard line.
5:15 remaining in the third quarter, tie ball game.
Here's Cumber up the middle. He's got some room. Nice run across the 40.
Really?
Flag, though.
Really?
Across the 45, but it's a flag, and it's going to come back.
They're going to call a hold on Ripon.
They are indeed.
You know that as soon as you saw the flag where it was thrown.
So that'll put the ball back. Wow,
that is huge.
Yeah.
That is absolutely a huge call.
And in that first drive, that was also a holding penalty against Ripon that moved them back.
On the first drive of the third quarter, yeah.
Yes,
yep.
yeah. So now it's out to the 22 for 1st and 20.
Wow. That is, man, the momentum was with the Hornets, and now you shoot yourself in the foot with a holding call to try to get that momentum back. You start off with a good run, but it's all for naught because of the hold. Can they deal with this adversity right now and find a way to get a first?
Here's Cumber up the middle. Oh, he cuts to the outside. He's got some room, and he's going to get at least 10 back to the 32, the original line of scrimmage. So it's a nice run by Eric Cumber. Good blocking by the Tigers.
What a great effort. Second and third efforts by number 4 for the Tigers. Okay, you got 2 more chances to get at least 10 yards.
We'll put it at the 32 for a gain of 10, so second down and 10.
That's basically where Vincent Mink brought the ball out to on the kick return.
Yeah.
Following the Wautoma touchdown that tied the game up.
Hanson out of the shotgun. Cumber up the middle. He's got some room. Hey, he broke a couple of tackles. Out to the 44, and he's going to have a Ripon first down.
Boy, 2 runs, he gets over the 20 yards back, and the penalty plus the standard 10 yards needed. Great job.
Out to the 44, yes, that's going to be a gain of 12 after a gain of 10 the play before that. But more importantly, it is a Tigers first down from their own 44. Receiver to the left, one to the right. And it's Hanson into the shotgun.
It's that 8-man front.
Here we go, Cumber again. Crossing the 45, on his feet. Uh-oh, ball went down.
And it's going the other way.
And it's going to go to Wautoma on a fumble.
Wow. I think I've only seen him, I want to say twice this year, cough the ball up. And now the momentum is all with the Hornets. They are fired up. Coach is out there giving his low 5s. The Ripon defense, this is where you gotta stand up, and you gotta say, fellas, this is it right here. Come on, let's go. What a game this is turning into. Wautoma with possession in the third, with below 4 minutes remaining and a chance to take the lead.
From the Ripon 47, back to pass, Pika, screen, caught.
Oh, what
did
a
they
read.
play it well? Logan Bain on the play on Debricevic, who made the catch.
What a play, and man, and that time that was the same play that good old number 1 for them, the Tiger Killer, Marshall Waryak, couldn't get the block on Logan Bain. And Logan Bain with a great play. 1-on-1. He sniffed it out, and he got up there.
A loss.
Created a loss.
A loss of 7 yards back to the Wautoma 46. Second down and 17.
Now you got to play off of that. Somebody else has to step up and make a play for the Tigers.
Here's Wojak to the left side on a sweep. And he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage before he goes down on a tackle by Leland Reinhardt, number 56.
Yeah, he might have got back the loss of that 7, I think. No, you're right, line of scrimmage. Yep.
So a gain of 1 to the 47. Boy,
good job controlling him and basically just pinning him in and wait for reinforcements because you're trying to tackle a rooster in the alley. He is something to watch.
Third down, 16.
Straight drop back.
Pika this time throwing down the field. Oh, incomplete. Intended for Marshall Wojak. He was covered, though, by Brody Lietzau, and the pass was overthrown. So now it's 4th down, and Wautoma will be in punt formation.
The smart play is the punt.
Yeah. On a 4th and 16.
You want to take that Ripon offense, and you want to make them have to march, over 80 yards.
No receiver back. I can't imagine that they would try and fake another one, but you never know.
No.
And snap's a good one. Here's the punt, decent.
Gonna
let it hit at the 25.
Look at this.
Boy.
Look at this.
Inside the 10 to the 5.
Wow. Well, they're going to have to go more than 80 yards, that's for sure. Wow. What a nice, effective punt that was.
And, well, Marty, that's what happens if you don't have a receiver back to stop it.
Well, quite frankly, a lot of times Ripon has been letting punts go and not catching them. And I commented on that a few weeks ago. That didn't make a lot of sense to me.
Well, the officials will put the ball at, we'll call it the 6-yard line. So it will be 1st and 10 from there.
Wow, we got a chore here. I don't know. I'm amazed at just how much number 4 has in the tank, throughout a game. For the yards he's been putting out there.
And he gets the handoff here. Boy, what a big hole left side. So he's out to the outside. It's going to be a foot race at the 30, the 40, midfield, and he'll go out of bounds at around the 45-yard line of Wautoma. What a big run. Marty, you could see that hole open wide up.
Yeah,
nice job on the left side of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it was. And somebody made a mistake on that outside edge for them because he wasn't there to be found. And just the speed and athleticism of number 4 for the Tigers.
That's
been fun to watch.
That is a 52-yard pickup for Eric Cumber, and it's a big gainer, and Ripon needed it.
He's averaging well over 200 yards per game this season.
And he's still in there as a tailback after that long run. Man in motion now coming our way. But Cumber gets the ball, and he goes down almost immediately, loss of 1.
Yeah, I can't imagine he's got a breath.
Right.
So he averages just about almost just south of 280 yards per contest. That is just unthinkable. If he didn't want to do football, he certainly could have gone up for cross country.
Yeah, right. Don't have to run quite as fast. You're still running on grass. So.
Yeah.
All right, a loss of 1, 2nd down, 11 for the Tigers. 2 receivers to the right. Cumber gets it again, right up the middle. He's got breaking speed. He's going to break through. Just gets caught from behind, though, by Mason Dobricevic after a big gainer. Another Ripon 1st down, out to about the 26-yard line.
Dobricevic has had a couple touchdown-saving tackles.
We'll call it the 25. So that's a nice big gainer for Cumber again to the
35-yard line.
To the 25-yard line it is.
I'm sorry.
And that's a 23-yard pickup.
I couldn't see that number on the 30.
Again, Cumber, right side, up the middle. He's going to break free.
There he is.
He's going to score a touchdown.
That looked like a tired defense to me.
Eric Cumber from 25 yards out, and the Tigers retake the lead.
Good job by that front five for Ripon. They just kind of took the sails right out of that defense, I think. They just kept pounding it. Nice job.
And that comes with 38 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
I'll tell you, Ben Gerke, Stephen Brunhofer, Owen Miller-Wolf, Weston Page, and Matthew Riddick. Hey, guys, and to think that only one of them is a senior, that'd be Brunhofer. So future bodes well. But what a nice job, because when we say, yeah, that's Eric Cumber's touchdown, yeah, that's also those 5 guys I just named. That's their touchdown as well. Nice job.
94-yard drive, and all of it by Eric Cumber. All of it, 94 yards. Point after touchdown kick was good by Nathan Hansen. And 38 seconds remain in the third quarter. And as mentioned, the Tigers retake the lead. It's now Ripon 21 and Wautoma 14. But Marty, we've seen here the Ripon defense has struggled with this Wautoma offense.
Yep, and it's pretty much the passing game. And you better know where number 1 is for Wautoma at all times. And to the credit of Pika, with all the blitzing packages we've done up the middle, run blitz from the get-go, and then the 2 hard defensive ends for the defense coming off the edge, he is still able to avoid that defensive pass rush long enough to do damage over the air.
All right, so Hansen will kick off now for the Tigers. Line drive, and it's going to be taken by Royston at the 15, out to the 25, and he hits a wall of Tigers right at the 30, and down he will go, Skylar Royston.
Yeah, he did. I wish I could have got the number of that first Tiger that met him chest to chest.
I think it was Dragolovich, either 17 or it could have been Max Hammermeister, the mini hammer.
Was that 13?
I think it might have been him too, yeah. One of those two.
Yeah, I concur.
So, but it is right at the 30-yard line, and it will be 1st and 10, Wautoma. Ball at the right hash.
Yeah. And those are 2 ninth graders you just named on that kickoff team, getting their noses in there on that tackle.
Here's a handoff to the right side. Oh, he's got some room. 40,
look out.
Breaking a tackle. Oh, and down he goes at around the 43-yard line is Mason Derbricevic, and it was a touchdown-saving tackle by Brody Lietzau. What a big gainer out to the 44. So a gain of 14 yards and a Hornets first down.
Elijah Grazer a little shaken up, number 30. And I think that's exactly what he did. I think he shook it off. He's ready to go. First down after that run.
From the 44, hands the ball off. Royston breaking free into Ripon territory. Fumbled on the play, and it looks like the Tigers have recovered, and they have at the Ripon 47-yard line. Looks like it was our pal John Moreno Valdez on the recovery.
Meanwhile, Brunhofer's hurt that right hand or wrist. We'll have to see how he is. If it's just one of those things that stinger, you just kind of rub it, or if he's it's the right hand.
Yeah, he's shaking it.
He was in there. But what a break. The defense created the break. He created the turnover.
And that play, Marty, was the last play of the third quarter. So that has now ended as we move on to the fourth here on the Ripon channel with our score, the Tigers 21 and the Fighting Hornets have 14. 3 touchdowns tonight by Eric Cumber, and that has that last one made the difference with 38 seconds remaining. So this fourth quarter very, very pivotal, and Ripon just recovered a fumble. Homecoming here in Wautoma, as mentioned, 3rd week in a row that Ripon has had a homecoming. Mauston's, their own, and now Wautoma's.
Well, if you want to be an improved team and you want to win this game, your first play of the fourth quarter, this is where you put the pedal to the metal.
From their own 47, Cumber sweep to the left. Midfield, He's breaking free, cuts in, he's inside the 40 of Wautoma.
Good,
and it's another first down.
Good 15-yard plus run, it looks like. And that was just a head bob and a dip and a dive and just doing what he does so well. The way he surveys the field when he's out there in space and sees everything and knows how to cut off of all that stuff. The instinctiveness that he has as a running back is rather impressive.
We'll call it a 15-yard pickup. It's a first down. The ball at the 37 of Wautoma. Two receivers right, but it goes to Cumber. He's across the 35 before he goes down at around the 33. So we'll call that a gain of about 4.
I think we're seeing something here. I think when you look at that last drive that gave them the lead, 21-14, and then what you're seeing here coming off of that turnover that the defense for the Tigers created on the fumble, what I'm seeing here is it looks like to me the offensive line for Ripon is imposing their will on that defensive front 8. And if that is the case, you got to feel really good right now. Just take care of ball security and don't make mistakes.
Second down, 5. Here's Cumber up the middle. Oh, he's going to break through to the outside.
Gain.
Oh, he's got a first down. Royston made a touchdown saving tackle inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, number 11 again. Between him and 33, they've had some nice plays. And you see, normally I say don't help the other guy up. This game tonight has this feel of mutual respect. And I'll give credit to Wautoma and Ripon on that, doing that. They understand how good each other's players are, particularly in the skill positions.
All right, first and 10 from the 24. Here's Cumber. He breaks a tackle, goes up the middle, inside the 20, down to about the 19-yard line.
Good job. They won first down, for how many years I've been saying first and 10, you get at least 4 yards, you won first down. And certainly they've been doing that, the offense for Ripon, the last couple possessions.
That one is going to be a gain of 5 for the Tigers. And we're going to put the ball at the 18-yard line. So let's call it 6, second down 4.
I don't think we've seen the return of Vincent Mink since he hobbled off in the third quarter.
Here's Cumber again. He's going to go right up the middle. He's going to be inside the 15, close to the 10, very close to a first down as well. Looks like it is the first down, so it'll be goal to, nope, I checked that. It's at the 11, so first and 10 from there. So another nice run by Eric Cumber.
Brunhofer for the Tigers doesn't seem to be bothered by that lower hand issue, but they're moving the ball right now.
Yeah. Two receivers to the right.
You got to demoralize that defense.
Here's Cumber up the middle. Is he going to get in the end zone? He is.
Yeah, and
touchdown Ripon.
And he took 2 orange jerseys with him into that end zone, and they both got up slow. There's a demoralized defense right now. Give credit to that front 5 for that Ripon Tiger offensive line. They have really imposed their will. I haven't seen it like this against a decent quality opponent until now, till tonight, till this really late in the third, early in the fourth quarter.
It's an 11-yard touchdown run by Eric Cumber, and that's going to put some room between Ripon and Wautoma. The point after touchdown kick is good, with 9:07 remaining here in this fourth quarter. It is now the Hornets 28, and I checked that, the Tigers 28, and the Hornets 14.
Well. To think we are just 1 week away. It seems like we were in Laconia for week 1 not too long ago. And next week will be the last game for the regular season for this conference, for just pretty much across the state, I would think. Well, what do we got? Well, you and I are going to go to Adams Friendship next week and find out what they got for restaurants, for one.
Yeah, right.
This Wautoma team has the challenge to go into Berlin and try to give them Berlin their first conference loss. That's where they're headed. Waupun will be at home to finish up their regular season against the Chiefs of Wisconsin Dells, and the Papermakers of Nakusa will travel to Golden Eagle Mauston country. Look for Nakusa to take that one.
Hansen to kick off now for the Tigers. 9:07 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
And I think Wisconsin Dells will give Waupun a game.
Here's the kickoff. A little kind of a squibber right at the 30.
Got
35, and down about the 39-yard line goes the return man and the tackle out there. I think that's Connor Charduki at number 20.
Yeah, if you're going to pooch kick, what you want to do, you want to get that thing way up there. You want to get a lot more hang time to let your kickoff coverage team to get down there. That one was too flat and got there too quick up to one of the up linemen, and so he didn't have to go for too many yards to get a good result. He's just short of the 40-yard line. So good field position for Wautoma here on homecoming. From
the 39, first down and 10 Wautoma, but the Hornets find themselves down 2 touchdowns, 28-14.
Yeah, and look for them to go to the air with 9 minutes remaining. Down 2 touchdowns.
Pika under center. He's going to keep it to the right. He stopped. Tackle for loss. He had nowhere to go.
Yeah, how's that?
Oh, boy. We had...
Oh, he was going to throw a flag. Yeah. Boy, was he going to throw a flag.
Travis Cumber.
He had it out in his hand, and then he said, oh, these boys both got up. Boy, you talk about an analogy of a dad with the 2 sons getting in a fight, and he goes running into the living room, and all of a sudden the boys hear Dad running. They whoop, okay, get to your feet. Okay, George, we'll deal with this later.
Yeah, the official was going to throw it. Travis Cumber was the Ripon player.
I've never seen that where the official already has the yellow flag in his hands, ripped it out, was ready to throw it, and said, oh, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do it. And it was the right decision by I commend the official.
Loss of 2, second down 12 from the 37. And it's a fake pitch, and it's a quarterback sack. Braden Dudzinski's got him.
Good job letting go after the whistle.
Levi Thompson was there as well.
Yeah.
And good job by the Tigers D.
You know, they've been trying to get to Pika all night long. It hasn't gone their way too often, the Ripon defense, but all of a sudden, 2 nice plays, both of them against the quarterback on tackles for no gain or for losses, and now it's 3rd and a whole bunch.
That it is. The ball's way back to the 31-yard line. They have to get out to the 49. 3rd down 18. And more importantly, clock still rolling, 7:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. Now, Pika out of the shotgun, looking back, throws to his left, and it's in and out of the hands of the receiver, Grant Kulabert.
You have to punt here. I know you're down by 2 touchdowns with 7.5 minutes, but you got it. Given the where you are on the field, to not get a first down when you need 20 is you're handing the victory over to Ripon, guaranteeing it on a short field. So you really got to punt here.
Looks like Wautoma will be in punt formation. And once again, no one is deep for Ripon. I guess the deepest player would be Will Dragalovich.
Yeah, because chances are where that ball ends up, you're going to be good field. Oh, it's partially blocked already.
Yeah,
I think.
don't know.
Did he get a hand on that, or is that off the side of the foot? Bottom line is it was very ineffective and rolls right to the 50-yard line. Ripon's going to be in good shape here with 1st and 10 at the 50.
That they are. I do think it just went off the side of his foot. It is right at midfield, so excellent field position for the Tigers. They have an opportunity here to run more time off this clock and maybe really put the game away.
Well, that was a shank right there for sure. And here's the deal. I don't think they will run time off the clock because when you got number 4 in the backfield, 3 plays from now, you're
in the end zone.
You're in the end zone.
Very true.
And is that Mink out on top, out wide? I think he is. That's good to see if that's number 10 for the Tigers.
Here is Cumber up the middle, and he's going to get 5 yards to the 45. And
Boy.
yes, that is Vincent Mink out there.
Boy, I wish
he's kind of limping, though. You can kind of see it.
If I had a dime for every time you've said Cumber getting the ball this season.
Well, it's only a gain of 4. We'll call it to the 46-yard line, 2nd down and 6. Looks like Ripon is going to sort of take their time here on this drive. Sure.
Yeah. You sure as heck don't go no huddle, do you?
No, I wouldn't think so. Connor Chardukian still the fullback, and Noah Michael is wide to the left. Handoff to Cumber, cuts to the outside, now breaks in across the 40. He's got a first down.
What a competitor.
For the Tigers to about the 37-yard line or so.
Just keep feeding the beast, or as they said in that one movie, release the Kraken, because that is what Eric Cumber is. My goodness. At times it doesn't seem fair.
36-yard line is where the ball will be marked, so it's going to be a gain of 8, and again, more importantly, a first down for the Tigers. Ball at the left hash.
I think of Cumber, I think of a young man from Random Lake, Luke Hagel. Became a Ripon College player, led the state in rushing.
Oh, there's a fumble on the handoff, but Cumber was able to jump back on it, and I think then Hagel and Cumber both wear 4.
I don't remember his number, but I
did.
watched Luke Hagel play in a playoff game against Marquezan, and then he came to Ripon College, but he played baseball. And then he finally did go out for the Ernst football team. I don't know if it was just his senior year, because I think that a guy was at Troy DeVoe, would have been the running back maybe from Oshkosh North. And Hagel saw the writing on the wall, but he got out there, and when he did, he performed. He hadn't played football for 2 or 3 years, and he was something. Well, anyway.
Loss of 4 back to the 40, 2nd down 14. Cumber will get the ball at the 40, and he's still on his feet, fighting his way to the 35-yard line before he goes down. And it'll be 3rd down, though.
I think Steven Brunhofer is going to be in the hot tub tonight for sure. He's shaken up now. It's, I think, more of a lower extremity. Before it was that right hand. He's
a tough kid.
Well, he's walking like I do when I get out of bed every morning, I'll tell you right now.
We'll call it a gain of 5 yards to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, he's got a hitch in his get along. We're going to get a timeout by Ripon. Good call by Coach Selgrad. See what he's got going with his who's feeling good and who's not. But right now, what we got is 5 minutes and 17 seconds, 28-14. What a game this has been. I mean, it wasn't too long ago where Wautoma had the ball and they were thinking, if we score here, we have the lead at homecoming.
Right, yeah.
And now they find themselves down by 2 touchdowns. So I just love the way this Ripon team, the defense for forcing the turnover, the offense for taking advantage of it, and the way this offensive line has come back in the second half and just taken care of business and said, you know what? Let's get 3 homecoming wins in a row.
It was a tough fumble that Wautoma had that Ripon was able to really take control of the game after the Tigers recovered that fumble. So it is Ripon's first timeout of this second half. They'll have 2 remaining. Wautoma has all 3 of their timeouts. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 for the Tigers. I think for sure 4-down territory. So they can run the clock, and we'll see what happens here.
I always used to talk about every so often at our homecoming, when these years of the broadcast, about saying, you know what, my senior year we won 3 homecomings. That was cool. And I've never seen anybody do it since 1973, anything that I've watched. And hopefully they can hang on and finish on a high note here, Ripon.
And not only that, but after the game, there are fireworks here tonight.
That's right. They're going to let 2 people go at it in a cage match. No, literally fireworks, correct?
Yeah. 3rd down 9. Chardukian moves to the right of Hansen. Out of the shotgun, snap. Cumber up the middle, and he's inside the 30. Close to a first down at around the 26-yard line. And he didn't get it, I don't think. Nope. Well, let's see. Yep, they did get it.
They're
okay.
moving it.
Yep, he got it right at the.
We don't get a lot of clarity. We don't get real
No.
quick the body language over there. It's you're not quite sure.
Going to call it a gain of 10
Yeah.
to the 25. So it is a first down for the Tigers.
I'll tell you, this Ripon offensive unit wants one more exclamation mark to this game. Just below 5 minutes and ticking down, remaining in the fourth quarter. Ripon up 28-14.
Hansen gets the snap. Here is Cumber. Oh,
wow.
Oh, no, Hansen kept it. Oh, and a fake again. Oh, and there's a flag, and Hansen runs it inside the 5.
Tell me we're not going to get a hold on the wide receiver for
I think
Ripon.
so.
Oh, no, it is. Oh, yeah.
What a fake. And, they run that play once or twice a game. First time tonight.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you say once or twice. No, that's the first time tonight. And because you look like Cumber ran into a concrete wall,
right?
And which tells you how they got sold on it. What a great call by the coach. There was absolutely no reason for that silly penalty on Ripon. It cost them dearly.
So instead of the ball at about the 3-yard line, it's moved back to the 23. And that will then make it first down and 8. I guess the only good thing about that, Marty, is that it moves the ball back, so Ripon
keeps the clock going.
Yeah, keeps the clock going as they try to.
What a
score another touchdown.
What a brilliant play by the Ripon offensive unit.
Yeah, right.
Realizing the situation, saying, "Hey, we don't need him to score too soon.
So let's make a penalty quick.
Let's work this clock some more. Give him more yards."
Ball's at the right hash mark. This is Cumber again, and he did hit a wall this time, right at the 20 after a gain of about 3 yards.
Yeah. Still finished head first.
So it will be second down and 5 right from the 20.
Below 4 minutes now.
Yeah, 3:55 and counting for the Tigers, leading 28-14.
Seems to be a formality now with a 2-touchdown lead and the ball, most importantly, on 2nd and 5. They got the ball down there on the 20. Yep.
Hansen awaits the snap. Here's Cumber, and he gets caught right away at the 20.
No, he's not
No, he's
down.
still going. Oh, my goodness.
Down.
I
Look
thought
at that.
he went down, but he twisted and turned.
Well, he sat on the tackler, so his seat never hit the ground. So nice job, and good job by the officials understanding that to allow the play to continue as long as he was making forward progress. Good battle by who else than Mr. Cumber. Third and short.
His forward progress to the 17 to bring up third down and 2 for Ripon. And now we're under 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Just keep grinding it out here. Offensive line, you want to finish strong because you got a heck of a running back behind you. I think they know that by now.
Up the middle and inside to the 15, to the 10, maybe the 11. And it's going to be a first down for the Tigers.
Yeah, they'll spot that right on the 10.
So it'll be goal to go and a first down for Ripon. Noah Michael coming in. Again, Ripon, they want to use every bit of that 25-second clock if they can. And it looks like that's what they're doing. First and goal. Here's the snap. Oh, Cumber was hit hard. He's going to lose about 2 or 3 yards.
Well, here's the
deal.
deal.
What a play out there by Dominic Rooney.
If you remember back late in the first quarter, early in the second, I think it was in the second quarter, a high snap. Quarterback has to go up high, and it throws the timing off to get the ball down to hand it off. To the layperson, it may not seem like a lot, but it is. That half a second is the difference sometimes of the defensive player not being able to make that play, even though he penetrates into the backfield, and or the running back being able to be successful. But a nice play, very opportunistic play by that defender.
Goal to go from the 12-yard line. Here is Cumber hitting the pile again, and he's going to get to the 10 before he goes down. So it'll bring up 3rd and goal.
So they'll run it for 2 downs. Timeout Wautoma. We'll have to find out here. I'm sure they're gassed defensively.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
Yeah, so I said for next week, Ripon travels to Adams Friendship to end the regular season. This Wautoma team goes to Berlin, Nakusa at Mauston. Look for Wisconsin Dells to give Waupun all they can handle next week. So current standings, Berlin is undefeated in conference after thrashing the undefeated ranked Waupun Warriors a week ago last night in Waupun, I might add. And Waupun is 4-1 now with that conference loss. Ripon at 3-2. Wisconsin Dells at 3-2. And, of course, one of Ripon's 3 wins was against the Dells. Adams Friendship is 2-3, along with this Wautoma team 2-3, soon to fall to 2-4. Like I said, Adams Friendship tonight is at Berlin, so look for them to go to 2-4 as well. That would be a hard one to believe that Berlin would lose to them at home. But you know what? That's why they play the games Friday nights under the lights.
The Green Devils.
Yeah, Nakusa 1-4, and Mauston still in search of their first win.
All right, we're at the 10-yard line, and it is 3rd down and goal for Ripon. After the Wautoma timeout, they have 2 remaining in this quarter. And here is Cumber once again. Looks like he's right at the 5. So a gain of 5 on the play. And that'll make it 4th and goal.
Yep. Less than a minute.
They want
to punch that in. There's a lot of pride here on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Wautoma says, you know what? We're not going to win this game tonight, but we're going to keep Mr. Cumber out of the end zone. And Ripon's going, you know what? We came back in this 3rd quarter and early in the 4th and took control of this game. Let's show them what Tiger football is all about. So there's a lot of pride going on right now, even though the outcome of the game has pretty much been determined.
All right, 4th and goal. Here's Cumber up the middle, and he scores a touchdown.
Off that left side, and boy, he just waited. He waited for the blocks and then pretty much just walked in. Great job up front by that front 5. And remember, folks, that starting offensive unit out there has just 1 senior on that squad.
The 4th, make that the 5th touchdown tonight for Eric Cumber. 2nd quarter, he had one from 58, then 11, 3rd quarter from 25, and 2 here in the 4th. 11-yarder and a 5-yarder.
Let's see how this kick goes. Got to block that right edge. There you go.
And the kick is up and good. And we just have 25 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. And Ripon now very comfortably ahead by a score of 35-14.
Remember, this is a team that their squad, by the way, Wautoma's is not nearly as big as Ripon's squad. And they have 17 underclassmen, a dozen that are 9th graders. Between juniors and seniors, Wautoma has 16 upperclassmen. That's it. Ripon has 19, so not a lot more. But they also have 24 underclassmen. They have 7 more than the host team, the Hornets of Wautoma. Talking earlier, we were in that same conference with them in that Eastern Valley Flyway from 1999 to 2007. So we hadn't been in conference competition since then. Yeah, we did play them last year, but that was in football only. So this year it's official that Ripon, and by the way, my congratulations to the Ripon volleyball team, going to see the Rocket Man at the PAC in Wautoma last night with some friends. I saw a Wautoma competitor walking out. I said, hey, how'd you do? She goes, we went 3-0 tonight.
And not only that, the Ripon soccer team is conference champions for the 2nd season in a row. And they remain undefeated with just 1 tie on their record. Otherwise, all wins for the soccer team.
I remember when that program was introduced, getting soccer as a varsity sport at Ripon.
They are also still ranked number 2 in Division 4 behind Racine St. Catherine's, and then Oostburg is the 3rd ranked team in Division 4.
The Flying Dutchman.
So that Ripon's got a great opportunity in boys soccer to make some noise come tournament time.
Sure sounds like it to me. We had a illegal block in the back, I believe, against Wautoma on the kickoff. So that's why you're seeing the official marching back 10 yards.
To the 26, where it's going to be first down and 10. Just 19 seconds remain here in this fourth quarter.
By the way, you and I had a nice dinner tonight in Escoro on the drive over here. Oh, they're putting pressure on him.
There's the screen. Royston across the 30, breaks a tackle, 40, 45. Oh, he's still on his feet into midfield and into Ripon territory at the 47. We had Carter Bell out there, Travis Cumber, Will Dragalovich, even Steven Brunhofer after the guy. But Royston, he's been a tough cookie all night long.
Well, and what an effective play that's been for them, particularly in the first half. They're just finding your running back out on the flat, and then they get a good one seal block, and then those guys are gone. If it wasn't him, it would be number one for them, Marshall Waryak. And I mean, my goodness, his elusiveness was rather impressive tonight.
Well, Wautoma is going to take a timeout with 11 seconds to go, so they can get another play in here to make sure that they can, get their players playing. Nothing wrong with that.
Don't know if it's a record, but Ripon's going to get 3 consecutive homecoming wins. Now, does that mean do they get to have homecoming the next 2 years, Ripon? Or
I don't know. But nonetheless, good for Wautoma to get these kids. They're very young. Get them another offensive play.
And how many times have we said that? You take away Waupun, you take away Berlin, and Ripon, including the rest of these teams, you look at Ripon, Wisconsin Dells, Adams Friendship, Wautoma, Nakusa, Mauston. They're all young.
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of freshmen on these
varsity
rosters, yeah.
Yep.
All right, Pika back to pass, throwing down to the right side, incomplete. It was intended out there for Elijah Grazer, and for the Tigers, it was Brody Lietzau on the coverage. And that stops the clock with 7 seconds remaining. And we have a second down and 10 from the Ripon 48-yard line. So
I'm just impressed the way that the composure and the competitiveness coming out in the midway through the third quarter. It seemed to me Ripon pretty much imposed themselves onto the opposition and did a good job on both sides of the line of scrimmage.
Here's the snap. Pika back to pass, looking to the right, and it's incomplete. It was intended there for Marshall Waryak, who has been a thorn for the Tigers this game, scoring both of the Hornets' touchdowns.
Braden Dudzinski, nice decision. The senior 22 is having a really nice season playing that defensive end position. Heck, a couple times he's even been able to carry the ball on kickoff returns and a couple times I think even on offense. And good decision, pulling up, not hitting that quarterback because I think he knew it would be too late. Last play of the game coming up right here.
Yep, third down 10. Pika back to pass. Dudzinski after him. Little screen. Caught at the 45 by Royston. Breaks a tackle at the 40. And he's at the 35 before he's finally wrestled down at the 30-yard line. And that will end tonight's football game.
I love number 11 for Wautoma. That effort, you know the game's not going to be won by them. And his fight and spirit, that's what it's all about.
Hold on. Personal foul against the defense, Ripon, so that means
there'll be another play.
There'll be one more play. And so let's see. The ball was at the 30. If that's a personal foul, that's 15. So that's going to put him down to the 15-yard line, and one more play. Wautoma could score a touchdown here yet.
More importantly to me is what's going on with this Ripon team.
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing? You got the unsportsmanlike earlier in the game tonight by the linebacker for Ripon, and now you got this. Don't know what happened.
I don't either, yeah.
And but it was a personal foul.
Roughing the passer.
Wow. I took my eyes off of him. I thought it was all good. But evidently not.
Ball's at the 16-yard line. I checked that. It is at, the 16-yard line. And a final play now with no time on the clock.
Don't see that very often.
Penalty.
No, so they're going to kick a field goal. Okay.
All right, so that's going to be a 33-yarder.
Yeah.
And this kid's got a good leg.
Oh, he can kick a 52-yarder if you ask me.
And the ball is down. The kick is blocked. And it's picked up by John Moreno Valdez. And he's going to go because there's no whistle. It's a live ball.
And everybody stop playing.
He's going to score a touchdown.
Let him go.
Look at the big fella. He's got a touchdown. John Moreno Valdez.
Braden Dzinski, I think, might have been the guy.
Man.
And he knew what's going on. Hey, these defensive linemen are smart.
So,
oh, my goodness.
So
I
now
love
it's
it.
41-14 is what it's going to end up to be.
Holy smokes, what a strange ending to a game.
Boy, I guess.
Oh, my goodness. What a heads-up play. And now the cat's out of the bag. Valdez Moreno, he no longer can loaf on the 40-yard conditioning drills. They know how fast he truly is.
Well, with the victory tonight, the Tigers go to 5-3 overall and 4-2 in the South Central Conference. And for the Wautoma Hornets, they will go to 2-4 in the conference, 2-6 overall. But another big night for Eric Cumber, 5 touchdown runs for Wautoma. It was
Another
2
day.
touchdown pass receptions by Marshall Woyak, but the Tigers come out here on top. The most exciting play was the last play of the game with no time on the clock on a blocked field goal, and John Moreno Valdez runs the ball back, I'm going to say about
60 yards.
At least 60, if not 70.
Yeah. Holy smokes. What a finish, and what a great job by the offensive line tonight.
Yeah.
And the defense, they had some things they got to work out, but the bottom line is the defense did the job to get the ball. When the outcome of the game was comes to to question, I think they just did a great job defensively, Ripon when they had to, and offensively when they wanted to impose their will on the defense, they did that. So congratulations to Coach Selgrad and his Tigers on really getting this football program back to respectability. They are so well on their way to doing just that.
All right, so the final score is the Ripon Tigers 41 and the Wautoma Hornets 14. And Ripon ruins the Hornets' homecoming, but at least they have fireworks here to come here shortly. But a big victory for Ripon. And we thank you for being patient with us, watching and listening here on the Ripon channel.
Yeah,
we will greet you next week at Adams, Wisconsin for the final regular season game between Ripon and Adams Friendship.
So, Patrick, JJ, Jonathan, we got them all?
Yeah, thank
we
you
do.
for their help
Yeah.
here tonight. And once again, the Tigers win this one 41-14 over Wautoma. For Marty Ernzer, I'm Lynn Krause. We again thank you for watching and listening on the Ripon channel. And you have been watching and listening to Ripon Tigers football. Good night, everybody.